This morning I was going through Facebook and I saw this cool, interesting video on a guy that took a selfie each day of himself for 20 years. And I don't know how long it took, but whatever, 7,000 pictures flashing before my eyes in I guess about 15 minutes. And he stayed looking the same pretty much until the last maybe 25% of the video, I think. And I could relate to that because probably in my 40s I had all black hair and fairly young looking. And I can see where I've really aged over the last 10 years, 15 years, gray hair, all that kind of stuff. But it made me think of going back 20 years, to the year 2000. And I don't know, I just had all these thoughts like, what would it be like if I took a selfie each day or put a little thought in a journal, like what I was thinking 20 years ago. I can't fortune tell, and so it's kind of interesting to see, like, I was thinking this for the future, but actually it came out like this. So back 20 years ago, I remember thinking, like, here's just one example. I was thinking, I really like math and I like teaching, and I'd love to be an algebra teacher. At a high school, that was like a fantasy I had. And but I had a family, and had to. I didn't have time at what was that when I was in my mid 30s to go back to school at that time, and but I thought, if I just took one math class a semester, that'd be 2 a year, maybe 3, and in 5 years, could you imagine 15 math classes? Calculus 1, calculus 2, calculus 3, blah blah blah. I'd have all the math, and I could teach algebra in a high school. Well, that never happened because I never took one class at a time. Well, anyhow, fast forward, I end up in Gallup, New Mexico from Fairbanks, Alaska. Who would have thought? Gallup, New Mexico. I loved it. I mean, a lot of brown-skinned people there. And I have like 200 college credits, but no degree at the time. And I tell my wife, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to, there's a branch of the University of New Mexico there in Gallup. And I said, I'm going to go to school and take a class or two, maybe a semester, and kind of, chip away and get a degree, finish my degree. And she tells me, I don't remember exact words, but she got upset with me and said, hell no, you're not going to go to school and take one class at a time and take another 28 years to get your degree. And of course, at my immaturity level at that time, I looked at her and I said, you don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. And so I went up to the campus and, oh, by the way, hey, what else do you do when you're stuck at a house, right? So I'm telling a story. And anyways, so I go there and I ask them, I say, how many credits would I have to take to get a degree? And it's in psychology, and they said, well, you'd have to take 18 credits each semester. And, I'm not very disciplined, to say the least. I'm not a real good student, probably because I'm not real disciplined. And I get sidetracked too much. But anyhow, just like that. I said, okay, sign me up for 18. And I was mad at my wife. I was like, tell me what to do. I do it my way. And anyways, I finished 18 credits that first semester. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I'm half done. Just 18 more and I'll have a degree after 28 years. And so anyhow, I go and say, okay, I'm ready to, take my last 6 classes for 18 credits. And they say, oh, we made a mistake. It was a good mistake. I only needed 11 credits. So I took 4 classes. And then that spring, I was able to walk and do a graduation ceremony with a bachelor's degree. And I thought, wow, I'm sure glad I listened to my wife. Or I'd probably be in the year 2020, I'd probably have 400 credits and still no degree. But I got that degree, and it was a beautiful ceremony. It was outside in New Mexico and this big red canyon, and it was beautiful. 99% of the people walking were natives. And anyways, and I think that was like 2009 or 10. And then I end up in Madison, Wisconsin, and my wife could get her master's degree, and she whipped through her master's degree in like a year and a half. It was in literacy, and it was like the #1 program in the nation for the last 10 years, and she was like the first Native American to get a master's degree in that from Madison. And I don't know, just some impulsive thing. I thought, hey, maybe I should get my master's degree. And so I applied at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I was almost like a hoax, like I really didn't think that Madison would even accept me into their counseling psychology program. And well, to my surprise, they did, and I did finish a master's degree, and then I got my, and now I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I work, and in fact, right now I'm doing telehealth. I'm doing all my clients online. I do like at least 40 clients a week. But anyways, in 2020, I don't think I was thinking of a master's degree and becoming a licensed professional therapist. So, and some people, they plan, and I think planning is good, and they follow and stick to their plans. And then some people don't plan and never get anywhere. And then there's some people that are just lucky like me, where I don't plan, and it's like the Creator just has something in plan for me, I think, and it just happens. And okay, so that's my share today. It looks like it is 9 minutes. Have a good day, everyone.